would love to open it up. Is there any questions? Are there any questions that you have?
Have you ever worked with, at your facility, English language learners?
Oh, absolutely. Lots and lots of English language learners, yeah.
Has there been any, have you seen any increases or based off like reading level by implementing these strategies with those students as well?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. They love this. You know, most of the students, I've actually tutored Russian students, French students, lots of Spanish-speaking students, Israeli students, Chinese, lots of different languages, but predominantly in this area it's Spanish. And the thing about Spanish is, of course, there's one letter and one sound. It's a beautifully phonetic language, and there isn't a lot that one has to learn as far as the rules like English. We actually have a pretty consistent language. I mean, if you know the rules, it's about 90% consistent. And if you can figure out 90% of the word, you can figure out the other 10%. Do you know what I'm saying? So with English language learners, they love learning the code, and it makes it a lot easier for them. And I've done it a lot with adults as well. Yeah. Anybody else?
Mine's just more of a comment. I found it interesting when you were talking about kind of bringing it back to the drill a little bit, and the phonics aspect, because I'm a secondary math teacher, and that's one of the things right now that the students are having challenges with. If they don't know their basic math facts in elementary school and have those times tables memorized and the things that they're not doing as much anymore, they really struggle because they don't have that fluency aspect.
Yeah.
So I just kind of made the relation to what you're discussing with reading to math.
Yeah, I totally agree. I have done a lot of ACT, SAT tutoring over the last couple of years because I'm working with athletes, and that's one of the biggest things we run into is they don't know their multiplication tables and they don't know their basics, and it does make it really challenging when you're trying to do more advanced math if they're struggling with those early. Now, of course, they say, well, we can use the calculator, so we don't really need that, but it is a bit cumbersome if they don't have it conceptually. So I agree.
So what does Cloud9 learning look like a little more? I'm thinking, because you said it was online, but like what?
I'm so glad you asked. I'm so glad you asked. So we're going to get to a slide where I'll have my new website, but literally Cloud9 learning looks like me in my house with an office, and you know, probably some dishes that need to be washed and some laundry that needs to be done, but 2 big computer screens where I'm working away, and I have lots and lots of books and lots of references. And right now, all of my curriculum is set up on an Excel document. I have levels, I have adventures, I have steps. So all of the games are set up on that. And I have a partner in Philadelphia who's passionate about literacy. And Dr. Franco has met my partner because we will be doing some work together. And we're basically looking for a developer at this point. So does that kind of answer your question?
Everything's there, you're just waiting.
It's all there, and
To give you a little background, even of how we met, right? So we kind of had a meeting, she talked about it, and I thought, okay, how can I help? And so what I did was I assembled, and she's been looking for people that understand coding, right?
Yes.
So I've assembled a team of people out of Ringley who are coders, who know gaming and know how to put games together. And so we are going to work to see if we can offer her a package that would create the games that she needs to support that curriculum, to create it, to bring it to life.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I've been there. Some of them are leaving the country and they should be back, so I wanted to chat with you about that soon.
Super.
But yeah, so next will meet and they'll show, my team will show some of the portfolios, some of the work that they've done, and listen specifically to her step-by-step vision for what she wants these games to look like and what the curriculum is, and then they will talk about how they can design it for you.
That's right. That's right. And of course, Dr. Franco has a lot of background in education herself, and so we'll be bringing you on for help on that stuff as well. Yes, exactly.
I guess, how much is Cloud9 learning for students to join?
My initial concept is $7 a month. So that's the initial, and ultimately we'll have preschool through 2nd grade. And the goal is to have programs after that. I really want to create a community with this, because the thing with sports and the thing with Pokemon Go or the thing with video games or anything like that is kids talk about it, you know, it's viral. And I really want reading to be like that. I want kids to talk about books. I want kids to talk about, now initially, because they're not reading incredibly interesting books, you know, when you're reading, you know, Go Dog Go, it's not super interesting, but they can be talking about these fictional characters that they're winning, that they're rescuing. We're being politically correct. We're rescuing our animals. We're not trapping them like Pokemon Go. We're rescuing them. And so anyway, that's really what we're trying to do.
And is it just for reading and literacy?
Initially, yes. Initially, it's just for reading. One of the things that I really want to do a grammar project next, because I have found when I'm working with these kids on ACT and SAT, there's so often they have no clue about grammar, and it's really a hindrance when they're taking those exams, and it's just a hindrance in life. I mean, if the better one understands their grammar, the better comprehension they can have. So I'm really interested in doing a product with grammar. I'm very interested in doing a writing product. So anyway, I have lots of ideas. I actually have a list of about 20 products I want to do. But because reading is the very first thing that kids need to learn, that's where we're starting. And if we can get it right there, then we can continue to get it right. But if we don't get it right there, then we really won't have the opportunity to truly get it right later on. We'll have to go back anyway. So it just seemed like the best place to start. Is there any other questions?
So do you have a center and the students come and you tutor them along with this, or do students do this in their own homes?
That's a good question. This does not exist yet. This is in an Excel spreadsheet on my computer, which is right there, which normally resides in my house. I did develop a program earlier, which is being used in the center that I opened, and it's actually being used in Philadelphia Public Schools right now with about 1,200 students up there as an intervention. And the product that I developed before is now starting to be used during the day as well, but this one doesn't exist yet.
What's
So
your vision for this one?
my vision is that it'll be an online subscription that parents will sign up for, and then kids will come home and they'll go, Mommy, Mommy, I want to play whatever we call it. I don't know what we're going to call it yet. I want to play that game. And then Mom will say, here's my phone, sweetie. And then she's going to hand them her phone. And they're going to sit there and they're going to play this game that they're super excited about. And they're going to be getting all this drill on these concepts that they need practice on. But at the same time, they're going to be winning these characters. They're going to be winning points. They're going to be buying stuff for their treehouse. It's going to be super exciting. So that's my vision. All right.